Gudda Gudda, man. I want to give a big shout out to the progress report. You already know what it is. Pull out for life.
The Progress Report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl, Lalaa Shepard, man. This is Conversations with Lalaa, presented by the Progress Report, man. And I am super honored to be sitting here speaking with Mr. Gudda Gudda because I know you don't do many interviews, so this is a privilege to me. So, man, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man, and I appreciate you having me on the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties at first, but we're here now, so it's all good. It's all good. So talk to me, man. You know, you definitely put out some music last year, and I think all the fans was like, wow, like, you know, we was happy and just, you know, ready to hear new music from you. So just talk about just what got you back motivated, remotivated to release new music.
Just that, the fans, so many, just every day I wake up and I get on social media and I just see different comments, even when I'm out, if I'm at a gas station or if I'm out eating or something and somebody walk up to me and just ask me about music, putting out music again. And it just, one day I just got motivated and ran in the studio and just started recording a bunch of shit.
Respect.
Yeah. And then I dropped the tape 7 Slugs on the first. And yeah, I'm gonna probably drop some more music this month too.
Okay. It's definitely time for that. Talk about like how many mixtapes and albums do you have out? Because like if people don't know, like you got a crazy work ethic and your resume is very extensive. So how many projects do you have altogether?
If we include group projects,
everything.
Yeah, I don't even know honestly, because you gotta go all the way back to the Sqad Up era and all of those projects. That's like maybe 7 or 8 projects. Then you got the next Young Money era, which was the Drake, Nicki, and all of that era. That was another, I don't know how many projects I was a part of with that. And then you got my mixtape catalog, which is about five that I put out. Like it's about 5 extra ones that I didn't put out that got pretty big through the internet, but it wasn't really something I released. Like it was just like some bootleg shit that just blew up.
Got you. That'd be the best though, man. I think mixtapes is always the best because it's just like raw, you know what I mean? I think people appreciate mixtapes. Talk about who were some of your musical influences, you know what I mean? Who'd you like listening to outside of yourself, just as a youngster and just, you know, as you started doing music?
Honestly, I don't listen to myself a lot, but my biggest influences probably was like the Hot Boys, all of the Hot Boys. Of course, Wayne, you know that for a fact, but Juvenile, Soulja Slim, a lot of East Coast rappers too, like Dipset, A Property, the Locks, like just a bunch of different. I like a bunch of different stuff, like West Coast too. I like a lot of different West Coast artists too, like The Game,
for sure,
and a few other artists on the West, Snoop.
I like
newer artists like Kendrick and, you know, people like that.
Okay. Respect. Talk about coming up in New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans is a crazy place, but it's also a beautiful place. Right. If you be able to see it for what it's worth. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, if you know how to stay on one side of the fence, then you'll be okay. But once you cross that line, that's when it get crazy.
True. I hear that. How did 2020 affect you at all? You know, just with everything going on with the C-19 and all that stuff. Like, how did it affect you?
It really didn't affect me. What affected me was how it affected people around me.
Right.
Yeah, that affected me more than anything. Like, as far as me personally, it honestly didn't affect me, but it just affected so many people in my life that, you know, just made me want to be closer to family and just, you know, just be safe out here.
Nah, I dig that. And talking about family, and then, you know, I just brought up New Orleans. In 2005, we know about Hurricane Katrina and how that came about, and how a lot of people had to relocate and shift, you know, just gears and everything. And I know that was the same year that y'all started Young Money as well. But talk about just how Hurricane Katrina affected your people.
Yeah, it affected me too. I was there when it happened. Like, I actually swam out of Hurricane Katrina.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Just with that though, like I know they was giving people like a little bit of a heads up, like telling people to evacuate and stuff. But like, what was your mindset? You know what I mean? I know that's difficult too, because I can't imagine relocating. You know what I'm saying? From
Yeah, but
everything I know, but how?
you know, we was raised in hurricane seasons. Like that's something that comes
Fact,
every year. So it's like every
fact.
time it's a hurricane, nobody really like gets that scared and leave. Like people
Mm,
go through the hurricane process. Like a lot of people stay home and go through the hurricane process. But this particular one, it was like they'll warn you about a hurricane, but this one it was like really like warning you, like yeah, y'all
yeah,
think y'all need to dip. You know what I mean? But me, I sent my family to Texas, but I stayed. I stayed
got
and
you.
I woke up to Katrina.
Jesus Christ. Thank God you knew how to swim.
For real, for real.
Shit, that's crazy. I never forget when that happened, man. So taking it back, you brought up Sqad Up, and any Cash Money, Young Money fan know about Sqad Up, and that's y'all roots. So let's talk about that. So why y'all decide to call it Sqad Up?
Um, I honestly don't even remember why we called it Sqad Up. Like I think it was just something. It wasn't no particular reason. Like it was just.
Okay.
I think this what it was. Honestly, I think Wayne got inspired by Mobb Deep with the tattoos on their knuckles, with the Mobb
Okay.
Deep on their knuckles, and I honestly think he just wanted to put some shit that could fit on his knuckles.
Okay.
So
Respect.
so because before Sqad Up was a rap group, it was honestly he started it as like a clothing line. So it was
Right.
just like on some squad shit. So we got squad shit tatted on our knuckles when we was kids, and that
That's
was more like.
crazy.
And I think he was just more like going for he seen Mobb Deep with Mobb Deep on their knuckles, and he just wanted to get some shit that could fit on our knuckles, so he just came up with that type shit.
Okay. That's crazy. And I know you and Wayne met like when y'all was youngsters, but what was that first encounter like?
My homeboy, because I met him through my homeboy Mario, and they was in our neighborhood chilling at Mario crib, and I think I was around the corner doing so I was outside around the corner. It was kind of late at night. And I passed by Mario crib, and when I got there, they had a little dice game going. So I
Mm.
started shooting dice with him. That's how me and him really like formally met each other. Like I knew him in passing because he would always come through the neighborhood with Mario. But that was the night I met him formally, like through a dice game.
Right. That's crazy. What was the craziest situation that y'all been in together?
Honestly, that night was, but I can't really say what
Mm.
happened. But that night was like that's how me and him even got a bond that night through some
Mm.
crazy shit that happened that very night.
Respect. Respect. What was the time that he told you that he was most proud of you?
Probably like he randomly says shit like every blue moon. Like anytime if we in the studio, it could be just me and him, and he'll just see me rapping, uh,
Mm.
just taking control of a song we doing, and just be like, damn, like he'll just reminisce on like, damn, you really wasn't a rapper,
Yeah.
like you really in here like controlling this shit, like doing this shit your way, like you really in here doing this shit, like, and he'll say little things like that in the studio, and just a bunch of other times, like if I come out on his set and then the crowd go crazy, he'll just be like,
Mm.
he'll forget, it's like he almost forget that I'm a rapper, like it's like it's weird because I really wasn't a rapper, like he just really like
Mm-hmm.
pushed it on me.
Facts. What was that like pivotal point for you though, where you was like, all right, let me really take this serious and put both feet into this rapping thing. Let me really, really do this because I know how it is to be, straddling the fence with both.
It's crazy because I know I probably started rapping in 2002, like really in 2002 around the Sqad Up, 2002 around the Sqad Up time. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really start taking it serious until maybe around like a year or two before I put my first mixtape out. Yeah,
Word.
that's around the time when I started taking it serious, because you got to think, like, all of those years, I had never stepped out on my own to do my own thing. I had always been dedicated to being a group member.
Right.
So that lets you know right there, you're not too, worried about your own self. You worried about this group. So, I didn't start taking it serious till I started putting out my solo mixtape. Because it was so deep being in the group. You only had to do verses here, and a hook here and there, like, but once you step out on your own and start doing your own thing, and I realized how much work it is putting the project together on your. That's when I realized I was like, all right, I got to do this shit now. I really got to do this shit now.
Nah, facts. How did that make you feel though when you did get to that point where you like, yo, like I'm really doing this music thing for real?
I felt good. Still to this day, like I feel good about everything I've done.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. How's your relationship with all the past members of Sqad Up?
Good. With every last one of them. I'm not just saying that just to be saying that. Like, that's all of them are family still to this day.
For sure. Respect. Okay, well, fast forward a little bit. Cash Money comes about. So talk about that. Just like, what's your greatest memory around that time when Wayne begins to be with Cash Money, and Cash Money just starts this whole massive wave in the music industry and just affects the whole culture.
We going back to like which years, like the Cash, the Juvenile
1990, yeah, the 90 joint.
Yeah, that was crazy because you gotta think we was young as the fuck. Like, he was
young as hell.
But I was still, sometimes I wasn't on the road with him all the time around that time because I still was like doing my thing at home. So
got you.
I would hop on the road with him sometime, and then I would go out there, but just to see that era, like, the craziness that came with that era, like they were big, they was a big group. You know what I mean? Like, really traveling everywhere with 40, 50 people everywhere. It was crazy. Like, I learned a lot from being around them, for real. All of them.
Okay, well, speaking about that, what's some stuff that you learned directly and indirectly being around all of that?
Just how to survive on the road. That was first thing, because you have to know how to survive on the road. Like, I learned I learned that early, like before I even started rapping.
Okay.
You know what I mean? How to survive on the road, and just how to move. Just know how to move without, causing too much of a scene or just making yourself a target out here. Like, they just knew how to move. They were wild, but they knew how to move at the same time.
That's some real shit. Do you think it was more dangerous then or more dangerous now? Because, like you said, you got to know how to move.
Then easily then, because there was no social media. It wasn't no, people nowadays probably scared to do shit because of social media, cameras everywhere. Back then, nobody ain't cared. They was moving on you if they wanted something from
you. That's real shit. That makes sense. What do you think you guys mean to New Orleans?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Sometimes you got to step out of your own self to see what other people see about you. So I really can't see. I know people do respect and got love for me, but you'll never know until you just disappear. You know what I mean? And then people start looking for you. But I can tell you this. I can tell you, like, Young Money means a lot. I know Young Money as a whole means a lot to New Orleans.
Facts.
Like, a lot. You know what I mean? Like, people show a lot of respect, and people just hold it. A lot of people just want to, I'm not gonna say mimic, but they want to, aspire to be what we did.
Absolutely. Still to this day, not just New Orleans. I was just asking because I know that's where y'all from, so I know just that being a hometown, like, I know the love there is just massive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
When was the last? Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I definitely get a lot of love at home, for sure.
Nah, in fact, I can only imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When was the last time you got a chance to speak to BG?
I tried to. Well, I talked to his son. I talked to his son a lot, and
Gotcha.
I spoke to his son like maybe 3 weeks ago. and I was trying
Okay.
to get him to reach out to me, but he was being like moved to another spot or something like that. But he also
Got you.
he should be getting released like real soon, like with
That's what we keep hearing.
like he might be out, like for real. I ain't gonna lie, because the last time I spoke to his son said that he was gonna be out in a couple of weeks, and that was a few weeks ago when I spoke to him. Maybe he keeping it on the low, maybe he
Right.
out. And then I seen some Cash Money guys, and they told me the same thing. They was like, BG coming home next week, and that was a few weeks ago. So who knows?
Shit.
He might be home, but I was looking for him, trying to reach out to him and just make sure he's straight, and just if he needed
Absolutely.
anything. But his son was like, he was good. Whoop, he about to come home, and that was it. I was waiting for him to come home after
Okay.
that.
Okay. Respect, man. I think we all ready for that. We've been hearing like that he about to be on the way home, so we like, when he coming? So okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. So fast forward again, man, we get to Young Money. Like I said, that's 2005. Just talk about just, Young Money coming together, like, and then with that being that same year as Katrina, like, how did that all work?
Yeah, just I guess that was just like I think Wayne had that energy around him. Like he was just going for it. Like that's when he was just going for it. Like as far as music and just rapping and just letting people know what it was. And he was just attracting a bunch of energy. Like everybody wanted to come. It wasn't even like he was looking for everything. It was just coming to
Right.
him. You know what I mean? Like it was just really coming to him. Like the Drake situation came to him, the Nicki situation came to
Mm,
him, Tiger,
mm,
every situation just really fell in his lap. You know what I mean?
mm.
Then and then before you know it, we all was together in Miami, just recording a bunch of music together, and then that led to the first Young Money album, and
Mm-hmm.
there was big old singles that dropped with that.
Massive singles, crazy. I mean, and with Drake, I think Wayne said he was watching Degrassi, so that's how he seen Drake. But talk about just the early stages of Drake and Nicki, and I know you mentioned Tyga as well, but talk about the early stages of them. Like, did you already know in your mind like these was gonna be superstars? Like, did you already see that?
Yeah, well, Tiger, me and him, it wasn't at first. At first, me and Tiger didn't spend a lot of time in the studio together. But once I spent time in the studio together with him and I worked with him, I knew he was gonna go. But immediately, Nicki and Drake, like I basically knew immediately, like, especially Drake. Like Drake had a huge following before he even like signed with Young Money. That's what he had.
True.
Like for real, because the first time I met him, we was I forgot what state we was in, but we was on tour, and and me and him, we actually had to share a room that day. So
No word.
yeah, we walked the subway, and then we were walking the subway. Mind you, I didn't know anything about him. I just knew he had dope music. But
Yeah.
while we were walking the subway, it was just a bunch of little girls just like running up on him and shit. You know what I mean? And I was like,
Okay.
and I had to ask him, like, what you got going on, man? He was like, yeah,
Right.
do this show called Degrassi, woo, woo, woo. And then that's when I started to put it together, like, all right, he already got a following.
Facts.
He got his thing going already. You know what I mean? So yeah, so
Mm.
basically from there I knew I was like, all right, he got that going already. Plus his music dope, and it's only up for him.
So true. So
Yeah,
true.
and pretty much the same
Yeah.
thing with Nicki. I mean, Nicki was doing her thing on the mixtape scene in New York up top. She was doing a lot of mixtape shit and DVDs and shit. So I had already been seeing her before she even came around. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So when she came around, I basically knew the same thing. I was like, once Wayne put the stamp on her and started doing music with her, and they start releasing it, she gonna go. Cause she a female. And the world was just tweaking for a new female at the time. And it just ain't have nothing new as far as females go at the time. And Nicki just come through, and that was a wrap.
Nicki is forever the GOAT, man. Love Nicki for sure. And I can only imagine just on the early end, just the work ethic. And with her being a female trying to keep up with y'all. So I can only imagine what that was like back then. But that's so dope. That's so dope. Yeah, man. So fast forward, you know, some years later, man, everybody waiting on the damn Carter Five. We like, what the hell is the Carter Five? How was it for you and all the artists on the roster seeing Wayne publicly feud with Birdman? Because, like, on the fan side, we looking like, what the hell is going on? So how was it for you as an artist?
It was crazy. Like, I was just trying to, just trying to be a partner, a friend to him, and just be there and be supportive during the whole situation. So I was in the trenches with him in the studio every night, going through that shit with him, like recording through. That's what we did. Recording through that bullshit. Like that's all we did. We was in the studio every night, recording. Like everything was gonna be all right. That's just what we did. Like, and that's what happened. For real. Just recorded. I would do that.
True. Dig that. I dig that, man. So just looking back at just your career and all the things that y'all done been through together, you know, would you say that it's more dangerous being a artist, or is it more dangerous being in the streets?
Both are kind of dangerous. The streets is always way more dangerous, but being an artist is dangerous too, because at the end of the day, everybody knows you. You don't know them, so you don't know what people think of you or what people feel about you. If they like you, if they want something from you, you don't know what to expect when you walk out the door and you see.
Nah, that's a fact.
So it's always dangerous, but the streets is definitely. I take an artist over the streets any day.
Hell yeah, definitely. Nah, I hear that. What advice would you tell your younger self if you could talk to your younger teenage self? What would you tell the younger Gudda Gudda?
I wish I would have taken it a little more serious earlier on. You know what I mean? Not waited so long. I think I would have grown into something else. Yeah.
Got
definitely
you.
would have told me to. I would have stepped on the gas when I first started rapping. I would have been like, I own shit out.
Dig that.
I was dedicated to the thing, but I would have definitely should have made time for myself.
Right, I got you. Respect that. Do you feel like you underrated?
I think I hear that so much to where that honestly is the compliment that lets me know I'm really, that's like damn near the ultimate compliment to me. But
True.
I get told that like every day of my life I hear that from somebody. So,
true.
I ain't mad at it.
Word. Okay. Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, man, it's like at the end of the day, I just keep working. I think, at some point, everything will make sense. You know what I mean? And people will stop looking at me like, oh, he's underrated. Like maybe they'll say something else. Maybe they'll say something else next year.
Got you. It's real shit.
You just gotta keep working at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Big facts. Big fucking facts. So stepping away from music for a minute, man, talk about fatherhood. How's fatherhood for you?
Great. Love my kids.
Yeah. Respect. Talk about some lessons that your kids have taught you. You know what I mean? Some indirect lessons. Like, I'm sure they teach you stuff every day, just like you teach them stuff.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, my first daughter taught me how to just be a man, period. You know what I mean? I had her when I was 17, 16 years old. So I was
a word.
A kid when I had her. Like, I just learned how to be a complete man when I
had her. Thanks.
But kids just teach you things every day. You just pay attention to the little things. You know what I mean? Right now, it's just more like I'm just more into what they got going on in school.
Right.
Two of them make the best grades ever. One of them just got accepted in college preparatory school next year. So they doing good. Like, that's all I care about, honestly. As long as they doing good.
Big facts. And we know you got a birthday coming up, man, next month. You got any plans?
I'll probably drop some music on my birthday. That's my plan.
Word. That's cool.
That. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like a party, like a little, a club walkthrough or something for me. We'll see. Hopefully.
Nah, facts.
With this COVID shit, you never know. So we'll figure it out.
true. How's it in Miami right now? Because I ain't been to Florida or nothing yet since everything. Like, is it pretty open? Because I'm in Atlanta and it's open as hell out here.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Well, at one point it wasn't, but now it's like, from what I understand, somebody came by my spot a few days ago, and they was telling me like they was all on the beach and they was in different spots and they was just open. So I was like, that was weird for me because I thought it was kind of shut down, but I guess not. I know I ain't been clubbing at all, so I don't know what the spots, the club spots looking like. I really just been going from the studio to the crib.
Damn right.
To a restaurant here and there, but
for sure.
That much during the COVID.
Nah, facts. I dig that, man. So I got one final question for you that I'd like to ask all my guests, because the name of the show is called The Progress Report. So I'd like to ask all my guests to define the word progress. So what does the word progress mean to you?
The word progress means to me is just, progress to me is just, I guess, following and chasing your dreams and just making things happen. Making things that you love, but that's important in your life. Work making it happen. Just being successful.
Word. Okay. Respect, man. Well, what's coming up next? I know you said you might release some music on your birthday, but anything else that we should know about?
Yeah, I'm working on. I might have a solo coming out. Shout out to Exotic Pop. I might go back and forth, but we ain't sit down and have the actual meeting yet. But that. Of course, I'm just gonna shoot a ton of visuals and a whole bunch of things. Man. Mainly music. That's the main thing I'm working on right now. Just dropping a bunch of music for the people that want to hear.
Okay, for sure. It's time for that, man. Again, I definitely appreciate your time. Hopefully next time we can get in person. You know what I mean?
What's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepard.
Boss Brit the Most Lit.
What's up? It's your girl DJ Excel. And look, we interview some of the biggest artists on the come up.
Hey, man, if you ever in Atlanta, y'all make sure y'all hit us up now.
Hey, hit us up today. It's where you need to be, man. A Progress Report. DM us right now.
Let's go.
We stay at 9. Tune in every time. We don't do no cap. Report only facts. Progress Report. We got the news, new interviews. We got the stats. Keep it a rack. Don't join the pack. Know where we at. We stay at 9. Tune in every time. We don't do no cap. Report only facts. Progress Report. We got the news, new interviews. We got the stats. Keep it a rack.